narcotics, man, and poisoning people. Don't give me no bullshit about reverse racism, man. The so-called white man's the fucking devil, alright? There ain't no such thing as reverse racism, alright? We hate you for a reason, because the Lord hates you. What? Hates the so-called white man. Well, if your forefather goes back to what is known as an Edomite in the scriptures, you would be a so-called white man.
You know, the industries you're speaking about aren't just all white rhyme. The so-called white rhyme. So, in order for the so-called white man, it's not just like, I mean, slavery's been 400 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been amends, and there's, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that it can be made up for. You know, it was horrible. But it happened.
Give me Isaiah.
But nowadays, it's not just, you know what I'm saying, that the reverse racism. I mean, I don't believe in reverse racism, because if it's racism, it's racism. It doesn't matter. Just because white against black was at one point considered the racism. Now, if it's black against white, it's the same type of racism.
Well, do you know what a racist is?
What's racist?
I'm asking you.
I couldn't give you the definition.
Okay, well, a racist is somebody who's for his own race. That's it. That's it. But we're saying there's no such thing as reverse racism.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I agree.
All right? We're for our own race. That's what it is. We're for the blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. That's who our people consist of, according to appropriate tribes. All right? This ain't nothing new, man. Well, it goes right back to Jacob and Esau. They've always been enemies, man, from the get-go. And what I'm trying to tell you is that the Lord chose a certain nation of people to be His people, all right, to be His possession, and that's these people.
And there's certain people to be,
and there were certain people to be hated and to be the wicked. Which happened.
So hold on, wait. Back in those days on slavery and things like that. Okay, I understand hated and wicked. Yes, for white people, fucking A. What they did was wicked, hatred. You know what I'm saying? Fucking to the fullest extent. But nowadays, it's not just a white man world. The white man doesn't just run the world nowadays. Now we're past that. It's at the point where Latinos, African Americans, West Indians, Haitians are at the top of the food chain as well.
No, we're not.
And how so? How not? What do you mean?
Do we make the laws?
Yes. What do you mean?
We make the laws?
There's people of color at the top in fucking.
They ain't controlling nothing, man. Like, okay, Barack Obama. First of all, Barack Obama's a Hamite. He ain't part of our nation either. Okay? The Africans, okay? There's a difference between so-called Negroes here in America that served slavery and these Hamites.
But the things you're saying,
Africans, these so-called Africans, which are actually Hamites in the Bible,
that your people are still, you know what I'm saying, instead of pushing them forward and
because they're not teaching the truth,
and saying,
so-called
we
white
are
man,
going to be
so-called
up here and we are getting up here. You know, you're saying that
that's
we're
a facade.
down here and that's
a
where
facade.
we're staying.
First of all, anybody that's up in Congress or anybody that has some sort of
country
that's not running the country. That's where you're wrong.
Why not?
The Federal Reserve is running the country. Okay? The Federal Reserve, the privately owned organization known as the Federal Reserve, like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, which are so-called white men, by the way, they run the world. We don't own our own armies. The so-called white man does, and he's in every single country that you could possibly almost goddamn near think of. Right there. All right? And like I said, Barack Obama is a fucking puppet for these guys. Meaning his strings are being pulled. All right? Like a fucking robot. He's programmed already to say what it is he's going to say and do what it is you think he's going to do. All right? So that whole thing of who controls the country and you think you got a right to vote, that's all a facade. That's fake. That's fake, man. So you've been deceived. But who you've been deceived by? The so-called white man. Right? These guys right here. Jacob and Esau sign. It's the Jacob and Esau sign. But see, like, we're not going based upon color. This ain't a color thing, just so I make that clear. All right? We're not talking about just because the color of your skin. That don't determine who you are. It's who your forefather is. That's why I said in the very beginning.
That doesn't determine who you are.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that determines
who you are.
Where your roots come from. That doesn't determine who you are.
Yes, it does
If
determine who you are.
If your forefather was a savage, killing bastards, so that means that you follow that and you wear that name.
Listen, first
If your
of all,
forefather was a rapist or a child molester, I'm not saying that that's the case.
Listen, there's something hold up. There's something called reincarnation in the scriptures. Now, the thing of it is if you were a killer and a scoffer and basically what we call a two-third nigger in the past life, guess what you're gonna come back as? The same piece of shit two-third niggas. And that's what the scripture says.
So if that was your forefather, you were.
And I'm saying that all so-called white people, they're the fucking devil, right? That's what I'm saying. If your forefather goes back to an Edomite.
But that just goes on topic.
That don't go on topic. You are counting for the seed, man.
But I'm asking you.
You are.
So you're saying if my forefather was a subject to the spirit of Christ, hold on. If my forefather was that, okay, then I'm so white man. What if your forefather though? What if he was a rapist or a child molester? So you wear that. So that means that is who you are. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, you're gonna pay for it.
But that's
you're
who
gonna
you
pay
are
for
because the mistakes that they did. That means that's what you are. That means you wear that because your forefathers were rapists, molesters, fucking killers. That means that you wear that because your forefathers made that mistake.
Very smart for the children.
We're gonna stick to the scriptures, man.
No, but I'm saying that
you're building too much on emotion.
No, I'm asking because I agree because I like a lot of the shit that you're going by, and I like a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying an argument out of
that does mean that.
If that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, but I want to stick to the scriptures. I was going to stick to the scriptures.
You know, because that seems like that's, you know,
your family is a bullshit.
That's why it says a good name should be chosen. Okay, because I could have a wicked ass daughter, and if I'm not wicked myself, she can still bring a bad name upon me. So yeah, you do wear it, but I'm trying to filter everything through the scriptures, and you're going from topic to topic. Now, what do you got?
I like what you guys are doing, man. Keep it up, man. Good luck, guys. Have a good night.
Yep.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
Devil from
yeah, Rampage.
Reminded me of from Rampage. That dude probably gonna get the helmet and just start fucking lighting people up now. You know, it's like it, brother. Go ahead. Yeah, because there's a lot more to that question. Because yeah, ultimately you can have a stained name, man. All right, like look at it this way. We're teaching the truth, and our name is still stained by the majority of these people that wouldn't know good with talking hate and this, that, and the other thing because of their perspective. You know, so there's more to it than that. But realistically, you're counted for the seed through and through. If your foreparents were fucking wicked as hell, you know, and you come out wicked, let's talk about that. You're going to be wicked. That's why you can't get away from what you are. Just like us, the Lord had us in prophets in the past life, and that's what we are now. I didn't choose that, you know, which is a blessing. You got something real quick? Just real quick. Go ahead. All right,
Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
That's self-explanatory. The wicked are estranged from the womb. All right? As soon as they're born. So yeah, that's why there's no such thing as destroyed Edomites. And these so-called white people that you see walking up and down the streets, they're going to have to ultimately pay for what their forefathers did. Because in actuality, they are their forefathers.